guys. UFC 303. Diego Lopes defeats Dan Ige. Before we get into it, guys, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. But guys, holy shit, let's start this out. Dan Ige, man, what a badass. This is exactly why I love the sport of MMA. Like, for him to step up on hours' notice and to go out there and fight another ranked guy in your weight class who is riding a 3-fight, 3-finish win streak in the way that Diego is. Dan steps in and arguably finishes that fight so strong. That was a 5-round fight. That's interesting because you could see Lopes, he was tired. He was gassed. Dan gave him a fight. Diego Lopes, I mean, the whole mental aspect of what was going in his head also heading into that fight. Supposed to be fighting Brian Ortega, and then the whole weight thing, and then Ortega is forced to pull out with hours to go. Then you get an opportunity to fight a guy who's ranked higher than you. Or maybe, I don't know if he was, he might have been ranked like one more. But anyways, Dan's still a killer. He's been a ranked guy. He's a top guy in that weight class, for sure. And Dan gave him a fucking fight, dude. That saved the card. I mean, if anything, improved it by that fight, by that performance. Dan, I mean, gained hype in defeat. Gained traction in loss. And you cannot, I mean, that's just the definition of just a fighter. A fucking fighter. And I've always said that in MMA, you have athletes and you have fighters. Sometimes you'll have both, right? Very rare. But you have guys who are athletes who can use just their raw athletic ability to go out there and get victories, or you have guys who really want to go out there and hurt someone, right? Or even get punched in the face themselves. Dan Ige's a fighter, right? So is Diego Lopes. But Dan went out there. He went out there to fight. He went there to win. And he showed out and put on a good, solid performance. And for Diego Lopes, started out strong, had a good, solid first 2 rounds. Cardio was a bit of an issue, but I think with everything that played out, the whole mental stuff, what was going on, it's kind of expected. You weren't going to probably see the best performance out of him. But these guys, man, they both stepped up and gave us, the fans, the true winners of that fight, a show. Moving forward for Dan, whatever the fuck he wants to do, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure he got a pretty sweet, fat paycheck, and I'm sure he's going to get a great fight, a great opponent. Also moving forward, him being the company man and doing a company man thing right there in like the highest of ways. So for Dan, whatever the fuck he wants to do, I don't think he got too much damage in that fight. And as for Diego, I think that you just run it back with Ortega. Let Ortega get healthy. I know Ortega was talking about a move to lightweight anyways, but hey, I'd like to see him run it back. I'd like to see the fight happen. There's a story now. There's hype behind it. It makes sense. More than just it being a short notice co-main event to save a pay-per-view, right? But I'd definitely like to see Diego and Ortega run it back. And I wouldn't even be mad if they had like Dan Ige and Diego Lopes like main event a fight night card. Just saying. I'm just saying. As a rematch. Just saying. But hey guys, that's going to do it for today. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button to continue getting more MMA content by yours truly. Help the channel grow. But that's going to do it for today, guys. Mr. Mustache, MMA News out. Let's fucking go, fight fans.